Hello, Swivelheads. It's Greg Allison with Green Greg's coming to you late live on Wednesday's night or Thursday morning, the extra late edition. My friends, the world is going crazy. It's getting crazier every day. There seems to be no relief in sight. It just keeps getting to the point of fright almost, but never fear. Don't be afraid. Be prepared. Don't be scared. Be prepared. My friends, what's going on right now? I mean, do you realize that Iran just captured a second oil tanker, that China is come up with a whole new conscription plan to have more troops available, apparently to create an invasion on Taiwan. We have just made an agreement with South Korea for the first time in 40 years to put our nuclear submarines in the port there in South Korea, and China and North Korea and Russia are all howling and screaming like that's the end of the world. Of course, we've been there before, but it was 40 years ago, and they didn't have nukes in North Korea, and China just had maybe 300 way back 40 years ago. Of course, we claim they still just got 400, 300, even though they're building missiles out the yazoo that are nuclear capable. So I ain't buying that for 1 second, guys. It's a lot bigger. But they just don't want to tell you that. They just want you to think everything's fine and then just roll, don't worry your pretty little head, just roll over and go to sleep. Sleep, little baby. Wow, guys, it's nuts. And to top it all off, the Kremlin is claiming that Ukraine tried to assassinate Vladimir Putin. And yet there's a whole nother balloon scare out there. But it was just a scare, I will tell you that. So, guys, we've got a lot of stuff going on, but the balloons are a threat. They're a huge threat, bigger than you think. And I'll talk a little bit about that, but I'll go to that in more detail in the future. Yes, my white paper executive summary got in the hands of Congressman Senator Rob Johnson, chair of the Senate Homeland Security Committee, and also Mark Green, who's the chair of the House Homeland Security Committee, and several other people in the Washington landscape. It's making some rounds up there and getting some attention. And that's good news because we're starting to wake people up to the threat that we face as a nation. Guys, it's off the charts. And moreover, we're facing this whole scenario where states are shutting down, like California. Now, 7 other states have decided that they're not going to sell any gasoline cars, actually only electric cars apparently, past the year 2030, and some are shutting down sooner than that. I mean, guys, California and some of these guys are really pushing a lot of stuff, even though half the nation don't want anything to do with it, even half of their own people. So it's interesting. Oh yeah, there's of course New York is banned now, propane gas. They said, oh, we didn't mean it. It wasn't real. And on top of that, and there's new regulations to keep you from having guess what? AC down the road. And they're passing bills, actually regulations. This is not bills. This is coming out of EPA and all the federal 3-letter agencies. So they're putting out of the Biden administration are putting out rules that are so stringent that no fossil fuel plants can meet them. They're trying to go total electric, put more power demands on the grid, less power available to the grid. At the same time, we got people wanting to tack it up, down, left, and right. Am I missing something? What sense does this make, guys? Guys, if you've not been preparing, if you've not been prepping and getting ready, where you been? Where you been? Oh my gosh, guys. So let's do some shares and let's talk about let's do a share and talk about getting ready to be prepared. I'm going to start out here with ding, 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 ding. Yeah, Mo, tried and true. My Patriot Supply. Go to, if you want some good deals on My Patriot Supply, now would be the time to check it out. Go to prepwithgreg.com. Prepwithgreg.com. Guess what? Now with a 3-month supply, you get $200 of free survival gear along with it. That's quite a deal, guys. Prepwithgreg.com. The 3-month supply, $200 in survival gear thrown in for free. That's a pretty good deal. Check it out. Sometimes they vary what's in here. You can go see what's in there right now. And look, you get it for only $7.97. And when you look at them per mil basis, that's cheap. You know, this is a 3-month supply. This is what you have in case it gets really bad. And I know a lot of people can't handle it. So they come out with a little 2-week deal. That's 2 of these buckets. Excuse me, 1 bucket's 2 weeks. So a 2-week deal for just $127. So I think a lot of you could handle that, I would hope. And I am going to start the chat room up here. But guys, prepwithgreg.com. There's all kind of other prepping supplies in here. Just go to my Patriot logo, click on that, and you'll find a lot of other stuff in here. Check it out, peruse it, and see what's there. But bing, here we go, guys. This is it. The Kremlin really threw up a stink about this. They have even, you know, they've said that, hey, if you take out our President Vladimir Putin, we'll nuke any nation that does that. That's what the Russians have claimed. They'll nuke any nation that takes them out. So is this, look, guys, a drone coming on? Yeah, hit the Kremlin, big boom, boom, big fireball. But still, that's mostly optical in terms of being a direct threat to Putin, because Putin stays indoors most of the time. So he might be outside 10 minutes running for cover of his car for most of the time. And, you know, they canceled a lot of their big events over there because they don't want to be exposed. But guys, if you think about it, the situation is that the chances of hitting him would be infinitesimally small, considering the amount of time he's actually exposed. You know, they had that other drone attack a few days ago where a drone was sent to a place that Putin was supposed to be at, but actually directly hitting him would be infinitesimally small probability. But the fact is, it is existent. It might even rise to the risk of having an automobile accident. I mean, the Kremlin is huge. And, you know, what they do, they exploded, you know, what, just outside the wall or on the wall or something like that. I've seen the wall of the Kremlin. I've been inside the Kremlin. I've been to the Duma, where the legislature is there. What do they call it? What's the Russian word for that? Yeah, Duma, the Duma, where they pass all their legislation. I've been inside there. They had a huge opera when I was there. The very first opera I ever went to was actually inside the Kremlin. Yeah, and this was in 2010. And my daughter drug me into a lot of operas. She sung in operas. But guys, seriously, why did the Kremlin make such a deal out of this? Is it they're really wanting to hit Ukraine with something unconventional and are looking for an excuse, and maybe they want to hype this up to making an excuse, or are they really that frightened over this? Now, what it did do, according to this article, was that, you know, they said, hey, you know, to me ads in there. They said, hey, there's no real risk to Putin, but what it did is show that there's weaknesses in Russia's system, because these drones have been able to fly all the way to the Kremlin and all the way into Moscow. That's what these drones are doing, and they're not getting taken down. Now, Zelensky denied vehemently that this was of his doing. They think that it's Russians who are against Putin. That's what they're claiming. That's what they're saying. Who knows? We're in a fog of war, guys. There's all kind of propaganda and counter propaganda coming from each side. So sorting out what the real truth is hard to ferret. But the fact of the matter is, drones are getting in, so one way or another, into Moscow now, right up to the Kremlin, which shows drones are going to be a big factor changer in warfare down the road. They're not really exercising the full capabilities of what drones and drone swarms will be able to do, but that may come shortly, because, you know, guys, our cell phones, the technology in this integrated into drones can be downright frightening. What they can do, downright frightening, something to really think about. So this is, you know, guys, we just got to be prepared. This could be part of the excuse matrix that Russia would use to up the ante to ensure that they win the war in Ukraine. Don't rule it out, guys. You know, we see that Bakhmut is almost totally taken now by Russia. So, you know, I guess the Ukrainians have a hard time launching counteroffensive while they're still trying to defend the last couple of city blocks in Bakhmut. But, you know, so all the talk of their counteroffensive, is it going to happen? They can't even hold Bakhmut. So, but the Wagner group has lost a lot of people taking that city, but they've just about completed that taking. And of course, there's rumors of wars between and some people saying the Russian troops and the Wagner people are actually shooting at each other. And the Wagner group, you know, Prigozhin is the head of it, has claimed that, hey, we're not getting ammo from Russia. They're not supplying us ammo. He's threatened to quit over that. So there you go. There's a lot of tension inside Russia with that, or that all could just be part of the stage play. Make us think they're divided, making us think that stuff, so we think we can throw a wedge in. Is it real or is it Memorex? If you remember the old commercials, you might have to have a few years on you to know what I'm talking about. Is it real or is it Memorex? But if you know what I'm talking about, I'm just open the chat room and say, hey, I know what you're talking about, Greg. And we have 96 people in here. That's pretty good considering it's 1:31 a.m. Central Daylight Time here on the morning of Thursday. So yeah, we got a good number of folks in the room, a lot of chat going down. I'll try to check some of this in a minute, guys. Let's talk. Biden arrested. Well, Hunter might be in for it. Has anybody heard anything on that? I heard that he might be getting there. We got somebody from Mexico here, Bliss. How do you say it? Bliss Villaggio. I don't know if I said that right. Forgive me if I didn't, but that's cool. Got somebody here from Mexico. All right. When I go in late, we're more likely to get people all over the world, but Mexico's pretty, like Monterey, Mexico's in Central Time Zone, same as me. So there you go. So it's Colombia. You think Colombia's always the west coast of South America, but South America is jetted to the east of North America a bit. All righty, guys. So let's see who all comes in here. Mag Rising. All right. We got Mr. Cheddar Pepper. Well, that can be a mouthful. You can get a tongue twister. Hey, we got Al Gore in the house. Keep calm this all the time. Al, we're going to talk about global swarming here in a little bit. Just for you, buddy. Just for you. Yes, sir. Thank you for sharing that link there. New Days. George Coggin, 2:32 in Scranton. Oh, yeah, Eastern time. It's late. Yeah, I live on Memorex. All right, Jahan. You say Jahan. I don't know how you pronounce it. Is the J a Y or is it J? All righty, guys. So northern Mexico here, rural San Antonio news. There you go. Well, I'll talk a little bit about San Antonio too tonight. Not San Antonio. We're going to talk about El Paso. El Paso's passed a crazy city ordinance now. As we know, you've probably seen reports of this already. This is like the second of many major oil storage tank attacks that's taking place on Crimea. Some people say, well, strategically, it's not a big deal since Russia has so much oil. But on the other hand, guys, how much, they got to get it to Crimea. Just because you got a lot of it don't mean you can put it in the field of battle. That's the strategic point here that is lost on some people. They'll say, Russia's got so much oil, it don't matter, it's nothing. Yeah, it is something, because when you can have all the oil in the world, but if you can't get it to the troops on the front line, you might be in a bind. Just ask General Patton when the fuel was withheld by him so that Monty could get an upper hand and get a little good press and still some of Patton's thunder back in World War II. My dad was in World War II, and he said American troops loved Patton, and that really ticked him off. Hey, Chewy, weather, thank you, sir. Yeah, keep your powder dry. And Chewy's been keeping me up to date on the weather. He's worried about this earthquake swarming. No, another topic we're going to pick up, guys. We're going to talk about earthquakes in California and how the big one might be about to unzip. Guys, you got to get ready. That's what I keep talking about. Yeah, check out prepwithgreg.com, because if you have a major earthquake there, it's going to disrupt the supply chains of grocery stores. Hey, we got Johan Dancing Gypsy in the house. Yeah, thank you there, Chewy. And to Chewy, a big salute. A super chat right off the bat. Can't beat that with a stick tonight, guys. Yeah, and this is China. I'll tell you, they got this new conscription law. Yeah, they're wanting to be able to conscript more people, do it faster, and they're wanting to recruit tech and science savvy college students to the military. Why? To operate all these new missile systems they've come out with. They got the missile forces. They got their new balloon force. They need tech savvy people to run all that stuff. Yellowstone, Greg, Mary says any day now. Well, Mary been saying any day on Yellowstone for decades. Of course, in a geological time span, that is any day, isn't it? Yes, the plates of Earth are always moving. That they are. But occasionally they get caught in a bind, and San Andreas Fault has been in a big bind for a long time, which means when it doesn't zip, it's liable to do so with a rip, real bad. Live in Southern California. I'm always ready. Well, there you go. Schedule number 4. I guess that's what that's short for. SCDHL. I don't know. Is that schedule? All righty, guys. Bing, bing, bing. And hey, listen, in Zaporizhia, the power plant managers are trying to sneak out because they don't want to get caught when all the lights goes out. And guys, you know, if the nuclear power plants don't have the right technical help to keep them running, they're going to be in serious trouble. We may have, you risk meltdown if you don't have the right people to operate it. And soldiers aren't the right people to operate a nuclear power plant. Trust me. Yeah, ask the Chinese. They're trying to recruit tech-savvy soldiers, and even just any tech-savvy. So it takes a lot of training, a lot of intensive training to reliably operate a nuclear power plant. It's a very complex system. But trust me, I've got a good friend who was a nuclear reactor operator for TVA. He was in the control room operating stuff. And, you know, the stories he tells are pretty amazing. I might get him on the channel here one night. Spence Hatfield's his name. Anyway, yeah, he was also a submariner on a nuclear submarine. Yeah, so here we are again. What did I say about Iran's Revolutionary Guard seizes a tanker in the Strait of Hormuz? Well, this is another tanker, another peanut butter sandwich cookie. Anybody remember that ad? That wasn't that long ago. Any millennial ought to know what that ad is. So I do remember the Alaska EQ of 1964. Oh yeah, the earthquake. Yeah. Hey, listen, I had a sergeant, master sergeant, that was over me when I was at Fort Greely, Alaska, who was there in Anchorage when that hit. He was sitting at a bar in Anchorage, and he said he fell off his bar stool. At first he thought he fell off because he was drunk. He said he turned around and he saw the buildings across the street drop a story. And he said he never sobered up so fast in his life. And I've seen a lot of pictures of that street where, the buildings went boom like that. And it was like an old 59 Ford or something, Fairlane kind of cantered over to the side like that because it was on the edge. I still remember those photographs. I was taken home from the hospital in one of them 59 Fords. It was a brand new car. Well, only not, a year old when I was born. Ford Galaxies. Those were some nice cars to make hot rods out of in the days. My brothers, when I was a kid, used to hot soup them up, put 390s in them, and change the lifters and everything to make them run like a scalded dog. And they'd run up down the dirt roads of Sand Mountain, throwing up big rooster tails of dust. So that was always hilarious. I was in the back seat rolling around as they zip around them back roads running 100, 120 miles an hour. That's how I grew up, rolling around the back seat of Ford Fairlanes running, Ford Galaxies running 120 miles an hour on dirt roads. See, my brothers were like 10 years older than me. So I had good speed exposure early in life. Thought that was great fun. The funniest thing, though, is to watch people on the 08mm cameras that recorded that and they'd run them in reverse like the cars are sucking up them big dust trails. Anyway, Arms Control Association, guys. See, China's deploying a new submarine launch ballistic missile. Oh, they don't have any more nukes. They just got 300 nukes. Let's see. They got the Dongfeng 26s, 27s, the 17s. They got their intercontinental ballistic missiles. They got all kind of submarines and submarine missiles and nuclear torpedoes, but they don't have any nukes in China. No. Dear State Department talk. What is our State Department doing? They turn the whole world against us. So, I think we'll just fire them all, every single swinging person there in the State Department. Jeez, they've done a terrible job. You couldn't have done worse. You could hire a dog catcher off the street, get six-pack Joe and Billy Bob and put them up there, and they'd do a better job. You couldn't do worse than what they've done. They turned the whole world against us just about it. And this is on the administration that ran on the tenet that they were going to improve international relations because Trump had done it so bad. Let's see, how many presidents got to go inside the Forbidden City in China? Oh, there was just one. Who was that? Why don't y'all tell me in the chat room? Parents had a 68 Ford. Hey, yeah, that was my first car, a 68 Ford Galaxy. Your parents had that. That was my first car, a 68 Ford Galaxy. Yeah, I bought it from an old guy whose nickname was Mule Man. And it had a 302 engine. And he had pulled a horse trailer all over the place, all these horse shows and stuff. My brother was into that. My brother was a farrier. And back in the day, he's a preacher now. Let's see. Yeah. And I had to pull. The first thing I did when I was 15, I was pulling the heads off that thing and taking them up to Abby's Auto Parts in Boaz, Alabama, and getting them heads ground down, getting the valves fixed because it had some burnt valves and it, got all that fixed. And I drove that car on March 19th, 1976 to get my driver's license. That was March 18th of 1976 was the last day on earth I was ever bored. There we go. Another peanut butter sandwich cookie balloon. But guess what? This one was only 36,000 feet. And I told people, that's a derelict balloon. Come on, no balloon ought to be floating at 36,000 feet. Well, guess what they found out? It was not a Chinese balloon after all. Well, I could have told you that. Well, I want to show you something. This is something I have talked about, mainly on Galactic Gregs. I think I've covered this on this channel. It's China's new not China's. This is a United States development here called the Rapid Dragon. It says bomb. It's not a bomb. This is a system for carrying several of these AGM-158 cruise missiles, whole packs of them, and dropping them all at once from cargo planes. Now, cargo planes can be like a fighter aircraft. I had an LTD way back. Well, that was fancy there, Jason. You was uptown. 70 Mercury Monterey. Yeah. I had a high-powered boat. Land yacht. I had my second car was a Mercury Monterey. It was what year model was that? It was a 67, I think. 67, 60. I believe it was a 67. Had a 390 in it. And oh my gosh, I thought that when I was a kid, 16-year-old on the highway, I thought the objective of driving was to keep that red speedometer line as far over to the right as you could possibly put it. It was a little bit past the 120 mark. And it's a miracle I'm here because I drove on tires that you could just about see the air through. And sometimes I didn't even have brakes. But guys, this system can make a difference. This was kind of the basis where I told you, hey, we can stop all the intercontinental ballistic missiles if you take these 5-segment boosters off of the Space Launch System. You can launch over 3 million pounds of payload into a high trajectory orbit, just ready to go. Put these things on Guam and put submunitions of something like the AGM-158 cruise missile or other missiles in it. You could totally stop the Chinese invasion of Taiwan with that. You could sink every boat they got. You could throw out so much stuff from one of those, and I wouldn't do those cruise missiles. I'd take something simpler. Gee, any good old rocket guy. First car was a new Rolls Royce. Wow, Al. You was born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Maypops, Maypops. Hey, I love Maypops, guys. When they're ripe, they're delicious. They taste like a kiwi. I did a video on that on this channel about Maypops, guys. But when they're green, they pop. You throw them up against the building and go pop, 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 pop music. All righty, guys. I'm going to play a little bit of this. I want you to see. So I got the sound turned off. But this, guys, the Rapid Dragon. Let me skip ahead a little bit. I'm going to skip it. It shows them going into, I believe that's a C-17. And they put several of these on pallets and just drop one out after another. Woo! Look at all these. Man, and cruise missiles coming out of them left and right. So they hope to have these AGMs, enough of them to be able to drop a lot of these by 2024. Look at that, just zooming, just a whole flock of them, a swarm. Well, that ain't nothing compared to what you could do with a 5-segment solid rocket booster, guys. And you can launch immediately on warning all the way from Guam or some of the Luzon Island in the Philippines. Now, this is government video. Hang on, let me blow this up. This is government video put on another channel, but now he's got his trademark on here, so I don't get a copyright strike. I don't know why I would. We're playing a video that's derived from the government, but who knows? YouTube is a funny platform. They do crazy things. Yeah, this is all military video. Show them strapping down the cargoes. Yeah, after go, I rode in a C-141 from Elmendorf Air Force Base to Travis Air Force Base once. Yes, named after this Chinese weapon here, Rapid Dragon. But the funny thing is, probably the main nation to be used against is indeed China. That's just some stock video there. Yeah, just imagine swarms of these things coming in. But this is nothing compared to what you could do with a SRB, man. I'm gonna tell you what. Yeah, see, they tested these things. And I say they drop, and they get enough speed from being dropped at altitude to spin up their turbines, just like if they were launched from a plane or a missile, to give them the initial forward speed they need. I'm just going to skip through here because, like I said, I don't want to get a strike, but I'm talking over it, so you're getting editorialization. So technically, everything I'm doing would even be within keeping for the channel this is on, even though this is all government video. So yeah, these things can be deadly, but we can come up with other weapons that locate ships. All you need is like a heat seeker on them, and a heat seeker and guiding fins. Guys, that technology is not that complex. You don't need a $1 million missile to take out a ship if you got lots of them. So we need to really start thinking like the Doolittle campaign and not do this. Now, I'll give some credit to you if you want to find this video. This is on a channel called U.S. Defense Line. So you might want to go check it out there. But this is the system I was talking about. I was talking about this system many moons ago. And now they got some good video. You're good, Greg. It's fair use. Yeah, it's supposed to be fair use, but sometimes what's really fair use gets spanked on this channel. So, all right, let's change topics. Let's get off the war. These guys now are saying Google DeepMind boss says AI will be as powerful as the human brain in just a few years. That does not mean it's going to be sentient, folks. Now, the algorithms may like it. Look, the Al Gore has no rhythm, Al Gore. May make it look like it's sentient. You may think it's sentient. It's got such chat capabilities to even fool top-level AI programmers on occasion, like the one Google who claimed that the Lambda was sentient. No, it's not sentient. Yeah, we're not nowhere near that level. But see guys like that get fooled means that hey, there's Samuel Turner. Thank you, Greg. Do you think China will attack Taiwan next month or two? They could, because we're at the turnaround season. They got to get a lot of stuff in place though, real fast to make it happen. Now they're probably going to use commercial boats for a good bit of that, so maybe a little bit harder to see, but it's not outside the realm of possibility. Anyway, thank you, Samuel. Appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. Yeah, guys, I hadn't been on here in several days. I have been incredibly busy. Hello, Greg. Your browser looks as cluttered as mine. Well, I'm trying to show you a lot of stuff, and I got some other stuff I'm working on. And I spent about 30 minutes clearing the browser before I start the video here, because I had other stuff in here. All right, what was I talking about? Electric cars. There, more and more Americans don't want to drive electric cars. Well, we're discovering in here about the shortfalls. They're heavy. The lithium-ion batteries are a huge fire risk, especially on collision. If you break down in a blizzard on the interstate, well, for one thing, the car don't want to operate in cold weather because those batteries don't like it. They're hard to charge, hard to retain a charge, and when they do break down, you can't run the engine to stay warm. You're going to be in trouble. You're going to be a popsicle, just like Frozen, who's in here tonight. Hey, Frozen. Evening, Greg. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, you'll be like Frozen, except you'll really be frozen. So Frozen has got the Marvin Martian. Well, it is cold on Mars. I guess that fits, guys. All righty. Well, now here's the big scare. This is what they're trying to scare you with, guys. This is in Physics.org website. Now, they do put some good articles on Physics.org. I find some good stuff on there, but here they are. 2 trillion tons of greenhouse gases, 25 billion nukes of heat. Really? Are we pushing Earth out of the Goldilocks zone? What that means is these guys are making the supposition or asking the question if what we're doing is going to make Earth uninhabitable. Oh, I meant to look this up. Guys, our CO2 levels now are what? 400 parts per million. You hearing me, Al Gore? 400 parts per million, which means it's infinitesimally small. Carbon dioxide, a great plant food, is just a trace gas. Indeed, just a trace gas. Most of our atmosphere is nitrogen, followed by oxygen. And then you get this trace gas known as CO2. And the fact of the matter is the plants, the stomata, the holes, the pores on the bottom of the leaves that breathe in CO2 to make them grow are set for 1200. And that's because at one time Earth had over 3 times more still too. In fact, Earth's probably had over 2,000 parts per million, and Earth has been way warmer. And I've covered this in my past videos. I've shown y'all the charts. Earth has been way warmer, and ever since the dinosaurs have died out, Earth has been on a continuous cooling trend over millions of years. Yeah, we had a little hot spike, 50 million years ago, they like to talk about, but that was a blip on the way down from a much higher peak. So this whole notion that it's the end of the world is a bit of a stretch, would you not say? What do you think? Is it a stretch? If I claim too much here, I'm liable to get banned, because we know free speech is something that's an endangered species that's about to turn into a full-blown unicorn. Just ask Tucker Carlson. Anywho, here we go. See, based on that, now they're able to make all kind of things. They told us at one point when it first come out with banning propane stoves. No, it's not real. It's not going to happen. Now watch this. New York just went and did it. Of course, the EPA is pushing it nationwide. Yeah, and they've even had stuff under the Bummer administration. Hey, Trident, thank you, sir. Or whoever, I don't know if you're a sir or not. Thank you, Trident. Appreciate that. $5 super chat. Salute to Trident. And guys, so what the heck is going on? This is nuts. Want to ban your propane stove, and that's not all. Oh no. They don't want you to have refrigerant. They don't want you to have your refrigerator. You won't be able to sing that song MTV, money for nothing and chicks for free. Move that refrigerator, the color TV. But really, they're going after air conditioning. Several years ago, they said air conditioning is unsustainable. You know what? The people say that we should strap them to a chair and stick them in a parking lot here in Alabama in July. Let's see how long they think that air conditioning is unsustainable. We call it a life support system down here. It's kind of like, part of your spacecraft. CA is phasing out diesel entirely. Yeah, how can you pull that off? Wow, guys. Maybe hydrogen will come to the rescue, because we still need internal combustion engines. So, yeah, we got some good super chats now. I appreciate it, folks. Here's another article. Biden's Cold War, anti-condition regulations piling up. See, more of it. Talking about the propane, the ACs. They don't you having this stuff, guys. Seriously, I look at them all congratulating each other. Oh, we love you, man. We love you so much. Look at Schumer there clapping his hands. And what kind of look is that on Biden's face? Oh my God. Scared old man. He's scared of his own shadow, I believe. Well, he's just a puppet anyway. If he was to look on his backside, somewhere back there's a hand up the backside. And I think Obama's on the other hand side. What y'all think? Who's Biden's puppet master anyway? Yeah, look here. Despite the fact over half the people don't want them, 7 states are banning new gas powered cars. Wow, guys. 7 states. That includes like Massachusetts, New Jersey, Maryland, New York, and all the left coast states. So it's East and West Wokistan. East and West Wokistan. And we're all Indians here in the middle. You remember East and West Pakistan back in the day? But here's a guy who's not for it. This guy is running for president. Vivek, I don't know how you pronounce his name, Ramaswamy. I don't know, Ramaswamy. How do you say that, guys? I don't know. He's going to be running for the Republican nomination for president. His chances are pretty thin. But yeah, he's actually born in the United States. Yeah, he's of Indian descent, but he's born in the United States. His dad was an engineer. He is wanting to do what? What is he wanting to do? Man, that is interesting, guys. That is interesting. Oh yeah, my friend David Pine, who've had on this channel several times, is going to interview this guy, and hopefully he'll show him my balloon white paper. And more news: the U.S. could be out of cash as soon as the 1st of June. Guys, that's less than a month. We may be hitting the debt ceiling thing. Guys, if we don't do it then, if we raise the debt ceiling, it's just a matter of time as the interest rates go up that we're going to hit it. It's unavoidable. We're going to hit it, guys. It is totally unavoidable. And let's see here. So, all these states have passed all these laws decriminalizing stealing. And this store here has been one of the top targets. Well, guess what? You can't just go in and steal everything out of a store and expect them to keep the doors up. Most of these stores survive on a 5% margin. believe it or not. 5%. Much love from Gold Coast, Australia. Nikki King. Well, thank you and glad to see you here. David Pine is promoting Vivek, so that's a good sign. Yeah, George Coggins. Too many people are salty with them. George Coggins. Entropy, Greg, that's the word for it, I'd say. Yeah, we got a lot of entropy in our government. It's worse than that. Yikes. It's insanity. It's insanity because they're against humanity. That is the bottom line. That's what it really boils down to. They are not with us. Guys, you know what's the bottom line? The debt clock. It's running up on that 32 trillion mark real fast. How come it stopped clicking when I put my cursor over? Okay, take the cursor off and it clicks. Wow, can I stop the debt? Yeah, look at this, guys. I can almost stop the debt here. I wish it was that simple. Well, that's not debt. That's our total debt. Annual and guys, let's see. But the M2 money supply is still dropping. It's been doing this for weeks. That's a very bad, that's a depressionary sign in a time of inflation. So when you got depressionary trends and inflationary trends, you got stagflation, which is the worst of all of them. All righty, guys, what's the weather doing? Ding, 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 ding. Weather. Let me hit a update button. It's pretty calm across most of the country. 50s and 60s. Hot Phoenix is all the way up to 71. Let's start up here in Maine. Oh, look at that, 37. Nice and cool. A little snow up there in the month of May. Maine snow. Holton, 37. Caribou, 37. Edmonds, let's see, St. George, yeah, 37, all up in there. All right. All right, New Days. What's the latest you've seen snow in Maine? I've actually seen it snow in Denver on Memorial Day. I was in Denver for International Space Development Conference, and it snowed 50 here in Hunts Patch. Anybody ever remember Dog Patch? Huntsville's a rocket city. Ardmore's 48. That's probably what I'm sitting at. It's probably 48 out my door. Probably 48 degrees, I would imagine. Yeah, Hazel Green's 48. Yeah, I'm at 48 because I'm over here. 48 in Athens. See, Huntsville's a heat island. It's a city. All your cities are heat islands. It means the thermometers register warmer than the surrounding areas, typically. All right, who in here is wanting to see weather in your area? Tyler, Texas is 62. Houston, 64. College Station, 66. Tried it. Another super chat. Thank you. And hiya to you. And a salute again. Wow. Thank you. That's mighty nice of you. Absolutely. Corpus Christi is 75. Oh, yeah. Now, old Elon Musk is going to have a hard time pulling off another launch because the FAA is getting sued for giving him a launch license without a more thorough environmental impact statement. They did do one, but apparently it wasn't good enough. Well, Sholo, which is up at the foot of the White Mountains, is the same temperature as Huntsville. Holbrook is warmer. Okay, let me zoom in. Snowflake is 55. It's warmer in Snowflake right now than it is here. That's some interesting weather up in there, up in these mountains. Phoenix is 71. Santan Valley, 70. Tucson, 68. Southern California. Guys, we're going to talk about some earthquakes here in a minute. Hey, we got a bunch of hearts coming in here. All my snow is gone the last 2 weeks. It's been in the 50s. It's been ugly last 2 days. Uh-oh. Yeah, I guess she's got some challenges. The lady she's looking after decided to bend over and pick up some tissue and hurt herself. Barstow. I've been through Barstow, 52 degrees. That was the first place they did microwave power transmission experiment. Nettles. I've been through Nettles, 71. That's pretty cool down in that's cool for Los Angeles, 53, 60. Oxnard is 52. Santa Barbara's 50. Yeah. Let's go up the coast here, 40s. San Francisco, San Jose, 52, 53. Sacramento, 52. Eureka, 44, been there. We're close to there. Oregon, getting cooler now. Eugene is 37. I spent some time in Eugene getting the truck fixed once upon a long time ago. But way back in 1983, some of you guys weren't even born then. Portland, 43. That's Oregon. Olympia, 44. Port Angeles, 41. Look here. So we got Seattle area. It's 46. Check out. Now we got some snow up here in the Canadian Rockies. Let's back up a little bit. See how Arnold's doing. Calgary's 41. Looks like it's mostly in the 40s in Alberta. Yeah, we should zip down to Mexico. We got Mexico in the house tonight. Oh, I must have missed them. Me being late. What'd you miss? Nelson Forks, Fort Nelson. I believe I believe that's on the Alaska Highway. Alaska Highway comes out of the Yukon Territory, goes to northeastern British Columbia, and then goes over to Alberta, to Dawson. I believe it's Dawson City, and then it ends there, and you can go east or west. When I drove it, I chose to go west, back down the Fraser River Canyon into Vancouver, and then I turned south into Washington State when I left Alaska back in 1983. Haines Junction, 32. Carmax, 37. I'm getting back in the 30s. That's about like Maine right there. Ooh. Back up. I didn't want to see that. Delta Junction is 34. Fairbanks is 32. Yeah, there's always used to be colder in Delta Junction and Fairbanks. What's going on up there? Seward is 26, though, way down here. How about that, guys? Valdez is 25. Fort Yukon is 30. Let's go up here to northern Dead Horse, 25. And this place is 23. Barra is 21. Point Barrow, 21 degrees. Point Hope is 17. There's 17 on the coast. That's kind of cool. Nome is 26. Yeah, I've seen people standing on the lakes in the month of May, ice fishing in Alaska. Well, check out Siberia. Got a lot of snow over here. 39. Yeah, it's no colder than Alaska. So right there, 16 right here. 16, 7. Oh, it's 12 degrees up here. 10 degrees here. Okay, you got some cold places in Siberia. Siberia. Let's go down here to the war zone, see how it's doing over here. War zones. We got anybody from Europe in here tonight? Got anybody from Australia in the house tonight? I got 46 with drizzle and a chance of drizzle. That sounds real drizzle. Keith and Arizona. Greg, are you still considered snowflake? It may take me longer because I might be heading to Florida. It looks like I'm going. Yeah, I actually interviewed for a job with a guy in Snowflake, but his position was, believe it or not, Florida. So I thought I would be getting a job in Snowflake, and now it's in Florida. I'll talk about that more in a little bit. Yeah, okay. Romania 52. Yeah, it's kind of Germany 50s. Liverpool 55. London 59. Glasgow 55. Seeing 50s all up in here. That's warmer than where I'm at right now. I guess you're still getting a little Gulf Stream up there. Let's go to Mexico. May in Maine means it may snow. It may rain. It may be in the 20s. Oh, we got Sydney, Australia. We'll go there in a minute. We'll go to Sydney, Australia in a minute. Let's cross the Atlantic here. Let's zoom out a little bit. Go to Mexico. Monterey is 71. Got a friend in Monterey. Mexico City, though, is 55. Big difference. 66 over here. Chihuahua, 66. Yeah, that's all pretty decent. That's all warmer than where I'm at. Look down here, 80 degrees, 77 up in Yucatan. Managua, Nicaragua, 75. Panama City. There's two Panama cities. That one's 80. I got a Panama City up here too. And the Panhandle. There it is. It's 70. And Lake City is 64. That may be where you'll see me before very long. All righty. Let's zoom back out. We're going to Australia. We're going to Sydney. Oh, we got Scooby Snacks in the house. That's great. Whoa. You still with us, Al Gore? Sydney is 53. Now it's autumn down in here now. Canberra is 41. Canberra's got a home for a radio relay station. They used to, NASA had a tracking center here, and it would report when we had, back in the Apollo days and early shuttle days, it'd always be a report from Canberra. Alice Springs now is a balloon launch site, guys. And it's got a pretty good military base, science base in Alice Springs. All right, we got anybody else in this direction in the world? My ex-home, Trident says. Okay. Check out New Zealand. 50s, 60s. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Now, Hobart down in Tasmania is 39. That's the closest you get to here, and here the closest you get to Antarctica there, right? Still a fair amount of ocean to get down here. Antarctica, snowing in Antarctica. All right, guys, let's do earthquakes. Let's talk about them here a minute. Bang. Got this article. Swarms of earthquakes shake California in recent days. As officials warn of yearly cost of quake damage is already up to $10 billion. They've had so many earthquakes, but this article is a few days old now. This is not a new article. That's why I put it up here. I put articles up here with the hopes of going live, and a lot of nights I just can't do it. I got too much going on. I'm too late. Worse than tonight, guys. I got so many irons in the fire. I'll tell you a joke before we're done here. Wow, that's a pretty good size earthquake right there. 4.0. Two earthquakes right here. The outer one's probably a 5. Yeah, 5.4 in the Philippines. Here in China, 5.0. Just had one in Alaska. That's a fresh one. Gulf of Alaska, 3. Well, that's about a 5 something there. 5.3. Pacific Rise. Oh, a lot of shaking going on, guys. Shaking and quaking. This one. 5.3 in Afghanistan. Still got earthquakes there in Turkey. That is still shaking. That's almost a 4.9. Now look here. I want to show you something. Look at now. Alaska's had a bunch right through here. But when I last went in here, let me zoom in on California. Let's zoom in. The last time I was in here looking just yesterday, there was a whole string of earthquakes right on the San Andreas. A whole string. Now they got 2 small ones today. There was a whole string, about 4 or 5 of them right here. You had 1 or 2 back up in here. That's not a big one. So what is that? That's 2.9. Idlewild, California. Now this is right on the San Andreas almost. 2.6, Aromas, however you say that. All right, Lake, California, Little Lake, 3.1. Guys, all these little red lines are fault zones. At the request of Chewy, I turned it on where you can see all these faults. What Chewy is concerned with with all the earthquake and swarms there, is we're about ready to see an unzipping here. And he's worried about all the way up, especially this is a subduction zone here, or this plate, San Juan plate, I believe it's called, has been subducted under the North American plate. That's why you got, the Sierra Nevada, these mountain ranges out here are so tall. It's because they're pushing against this plate. And so you got quite a few faults through here and quite a few through here, in addition to the San Andres. So the concern is that these are really prepping this one to go, and when this one goes, a lot of these will go. So this could be really ugly. We have the big one. You could get a lot of shaking and quaking. Now look up through New Mexico and into Colorado, right up around, just west of Denver, looks like. Anywho, guys, off the shore here. 4.5. Puerto Rico always got a bunch of quakes. Our whole area's got earthquakes. All right, enough of that. We'll go to space weather. Space weather. Let's make sure this is the latest. Oh, we got some sunspots of interest. We got a big group of spots coming at us. AR 3296, reverse polarity sunspot. So you had a magnetic field flip here. Interesting, guys. Sunspots can flip magnetic fields too, just like planets. If it unzips, you may have oceanfront property in Arizona. Yeah, that'd be worth some money then, wouldn't it? Loudy, let's hope it ain't that bad. Cheery says all those smaller faults are shallower. Yeah, that's true. Then the offshore faults, they may all go if the big one goes off. Yeah, that's the concern. That may be a rough place to be. Very bad. Let's look at the solar disk. Oh yeah, that's a good mess of sunspots turning toward us. Let's hope they don't dish out anything that causes us issues and problems. You want some spot soap flown in your space? Oh, semi-impact. Oh, we got some aurora activity going on right now. That's kind of interesting. There's Earth, and here's all the stuff coming at us right now. Of course, now it is the 4th of May. Oh yeah, May the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you on the 4th of May. Redneck Prepper is what's up in Russia and Ukraine. Yeah, I was just talking about that in the very beginning. What I was saying is that the Wagner group is about to take Bakhmut. The Ukrainians are defending the last couple of city blocks there, just a few city blocks. And apparently they're getting pushed out, but Ukraine's supposedly planning a counteroffensive. They've flown drones into Moscow, and they're really shaking up the Kremlin doing that. Actually, one hit the Kremlin and really shook it up. All right, guys, all that's past tense. From here forward is the future of the asteroids that we know, and we don't see anything passing in less than the distance between the Earth and the Moon. So there's nothing on this chart that's a direct threat. Look, this guy is here. This thing is 495 meters. This is a huge asteroid. That is 506. These are huge asteroids. This is traveling really fast at 21.5. I believe that's kilometers per second. Yeah, kilometers per second. Well, that one's booking. Energy is 1/2 mass times velocity squared. So even though this one's a little bit bigger, this one's carrying a lot more velocity. If this one hit us, it hurt us a lot worse. So I would guess this one's got a bigger orbit, more oblique than this one. I want to look at this asteroid, but it's going to miss us by a good Earth, fortunately for us. A little bit of parameters. Let's see. Let's look at that. Ding, 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 ding. Yep. Like I said, it goes way out. This one goes out all the way into into the asteroid belt. It comes in, crosses the orbits of Mars, Earth, and Venus. So here's a question for you guys. What planet on average is the closest to Earth? On average, what planet is closest to Earth? Let's see if you can guess that one. Most of you won't guess it. What planet is closer to Earth on average? There's your quiz for tonight. I should be handling on galactic, or farmhouse should be doing all this on galactic grids, but I'm not going to switch channels tonight. I got a bunch of political news I should be covering on Swivelhead News, but I think we're going to call it a video for tonight. Yeah, you can advance this thing and make it play. Usually, there may have a glitch to it. Usually, you can. It don't want to play. All right, enough of that. All right, guys, check out my channels. You know, I'm going to be doing some content now. Right now, I'm just so busy I can't turn around. I'm going to be doing some content back on here soon. There's things I can't post on YouTube. For that, go to my Rumble Swivelhead News channel. I post them frequently, though, on my YouTube Swivelhead News channel. Check this out, guys. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, bang the notification bell, and click all. And Galactic Greg's, where I've talked about those AGM-158 cruise missiles and Rapid Dragon, and how you could use that for missile defense. Somewhere in here. So find it. This is not actually all. Yeah, it is. Let's click on videos. It's don't include live sessions. Way back here somewhere, I was talking about that. Started the video about troop rockets. Yeah, that's it. Starship Troopers. This is where I first described that kind of system. This was 9 months ago. Well, now the videos are coming out. So, guys, I was talking about this stuff 9 months ago. Then I talk about how you could take these ideas to stop all hypersonic weapons. Then I showed the ATACMS, the power of sudden emissions. I said how to stop all missiles. And I talked about using this stuff to stop ships and all kind of stuff. You might want to see this video. The lady here who was giving the presentation is no longer with us. That young lady is passed away about a year ago. Amy Eskridge, unfortunately. And she was a young lady. That's a real shame. And I got my Serenity Soothing Sounds channel here. Only 170 of you guys have subscribed. I got a lot of material to post here. I haven't done it just because it took me days to get this video here uploaded. I mean, it was uploading forever. Tied everything up. Alrighty, guys. We need to be self-reliant. I did the video called The Great Fix, talking about self-reliance. That was the theme of that video. Not too many of you guys watched it. You should see it. But even though we're being self-reliant, we need communities, because you need to have somebody to have your back, especially if you break a leg, get sick. And Wise Owl, she was in the chat room here a little bit ago. You still here with us, Wise Owl? She paid for this website over her own pocket. And that's Wise Owl right there. So, and there I know that guy right there. Yeah, I know this guy. He's crazy. So yeah, check this out, guys. We need to start forming the communities. What you do here is come in here and join it. You can use a moniker. Some people, oh, I don't put my name on there where I'm at. People come get my stuff. Well, follow Wise Owl's lead. Use a moniker. You don't have to give your exact, precise address either. The point, though, is let people know what city you're in, what community you're in, so people can come in and find other people, other like-minded people in your area, and y'all contact each other and form your own survival tribes. We're not here trying to run it for you guys. We'll tell you how to do it. Just do it. Get it done. Because we want to build communities from these tribes as they get stood up. Yeah, thank you, Jesse. Don't forget to give the thumbs up. I mean, we got 100 in the house right now and only 95 thumbs up. And I know that 100 reflects a lot of people have come and gone already. So yeah, make sure to do that. Oh yeah, guys. And here's the other one you need to check out: the Freedom Restoration Foundation. On the Action Center page here, there's a home page. We do have a group on Facebook. Got about 1,000 members already. We're on the verge of forming a movement here, guys. So this tells you how to contact your representatives in the state, in the House of Representatives, how to get your congressman. Tells you about sending emails and calling, writing, and how to do it, how to contact them. there's websites listed above, and here's a recap of all the websites here for national action and state action. A lot of stuff goes on at the state and local level. We're going to talk about that. Oh yeah, by the way, if you go to Shop C60, this carbon 60 molecule is a powerful antioxidant. So you need to check out the video I did with Ken Swartz on that. So we're going to stop the share now with that. Ba-bing, ba-bang. Thank you for sharing that stuff there in New Days. Money, how you doing? We're about to call it a night. People are still joining here, and it's 2:22 a.m. here, 3:21 a.m. in the East Coast. So it's even after midnight on the West Coast now, I believe. Let's see. Yep. Can I pet that dog? I just woke up to see GG live. Well, thanks for coming in here. Can I pet that dog? All righty, Keith in Arizona's clap armor. Yes, that's correct. Jesse had installed the backup piece of generator up in the air as it was planned. They wouldn't have lost Fukushima. Yeah, well, they were too low. Too low. It got swamped by the floods. I think most of y'all seem to be buying is gold backs for my channel. Yeah, so I typically on videos, I don't always post the links on videos before we go live, but I do on the videos I upload. So check out the videos I uploaded for all my links. Anyway, guys, yeah, what I'm doing in a nutshell, I am still working right now, contract work through my old company, and we're having to bid it piecemeal, keep me going. Last pay period, I had to take I'm still full, as long as I get 30 hours a week, consider me full time. But to make that, I actually took 16 hours of sick leave last pay period. I might be able to work 40 hours a week for a couple of weeks, and then probably go back to 30, and then I think I got enough work to last me through June. Not through June, up to June. And I might get some more. It might take me through June. So I'm actually pretty darn busy still with the day job. On top of that, this white paper thing, we're still tweaking it. I'm developing presentations to go with it. We're doing frequently asked questions. Need to update the paper itself. The executive summary has been out and about, as I mentioned. And I'm working on not the business plan, but the manufacturing plan, the shop setup and everything for a new venture that would go into Lake City, Florida. And Lake City was chosen because the investor is buying a big tract of land there, and he wants us there. So the man that's pumping the money in it, that's who you answer to. So we got a major investor on tap. So that would put me over engineering with this outfit if it all pulls together. I think it would probably be just cranking up in late June, which would be just in time for me, I hope. But working on that, working on the white paper stuff, working on day job. There's still some farm details I'm looking after. A lot of stuff. I am super busy, guys. That's why you not see me on here much lately. I'm just choking. I got a disease. I got to make a confession, folks. I got a disease. It's a chronic disease. It's a really bad chronic disease, and I think it's incurable. It may be a mental illness. It's called too many irons in the fire-itis, and I got it bad. I got it real bad, but I just believe in things. I want things to happen. And so that's why all right, there you go. Yeah, Lehman Brothers, guys. Y'all need to be shopping Lehman Brothers. I don't believe any of you guys ever bought anything through Lehman Brothers. But if you have, you didn't use my link. Use my links. It won't cost you $1 more. The goldbacks at New Ways print. There's people buying those continuously. I get just tiny, itty bitty fraction of a percent out of that, but then we're getting a lot of them because people are buying. That's the thing y'all are buying the most. And I don't blame you. With the price of gold has been shooting up. Anybody that investing in those goldbacks is doing really well now, and we'll probably continue to because our economy is. I'm concerned real bad about our economy. So we're looking at economic crash. We're looking at national divorce, potential civil war. We're looking at World War III could start. Hey, Colorado Jan, how you doing? Workaholics disease. I got that too. Yeah, that's why you're up at 3 something in the morning and helping out your friends and neighbors, when you need to be getting your own leg surgery. So yeah, it's a disease. Love you, Greg. Scared me silly, man. Oh, Melanie. I don't mean to scare them. How do I say? Don't be scared. Be prepared. That's the best defense against being scared, is just be ready as much as you can for whatever comes. That's the best you can do. And once you've done the best you can do, you just got to ride it out and hope for the best. Are you selling worms? We'll be soon. Well, it may be a month or so, but hopefully before I head to Florida, we'll get that up and running again. I got a woman here who's thinks she can run this place in my absence. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But it's got to be profitable, or I'm gonna sell this place. I bought all Utah go backs through you. Well, thank you, tried it. I knew somebody was buying them. Thank you, tried it. That helps. And that'll be good for you to see. The plant was designed to have generators 60 feet in the air, but they did cost cutting, and now they have to live with their stupidity. Oh, what plant was that, Jason? I mean, Arnold, pardon me. You Smiths get me confused. Arnold Smith. Eden Brothers. Yeah, thank you for sharing it. Guys, yeah, it's still not too late to global warming. That's my moniker. That's what I'm promoting. Global warming. There you go. Buy heirloom seeds. Get your garden ready. It's time to garden, guys. Go to my True Leaf Market link, or my either that or my Eden Brothers links, guys. Yeah. New days, ring days. Yep, there you go. True Leaf Market. Thank you for that. So what plan, Arnold? You keep your home. I'm trying. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm trying to, Melanie. I don't know if I'm gonna pull it off. If this farm don't pay off, I'm probably gonna sell it. Fukushima. Oh, Fukushima. Yeah. Stay home. Well, it costs a ton of money to keep this place running. And if I got to live in Florida, or if I'm going to Arizona, it's if I can pay off, I got some considerable debt. If I can pay that off, or any good fraction of it, it'd be to my advantage. Don't forget the green agenda people creating a famine. You mean a famine? Yeah, that's what's going to happen with all the way they're messing around with the food supply, guys. That's why you need to garden, guys. See, now New Days has shared 3 links that are related to gardening. True Leaf Market, Eden Brothers, and it's Grower's House, guys. Grower's House. You know, it's got all kind of growing supplies there. So check those out. You need to be gardening. Grower's House, you can buy supplies to garden indoors. If you live in the city, you ain't got a plot of land. Plus, it's good if you got stuff out here too. So there you go. Working me too. There you go. Trying it. So this company, and it's going in Lake City, will actually be a green hydrogen company. Got a very unique way to make hydrogen, which will be really interesting. So we're really working on that, guys. I've been putting a lot of work into that, along with everything else. Oh, I did one thing tonight. I bought the whole set Utah Gold backups. Oh, there you go, Trident. Well, thank you. Yeah, you know, they've stopped producing what they did, and they're coming up with new ones. So, you know, that makes them a collector's item. Sell a kidney. May come to that. I hope not. I hope not. The only thing that I don't have the only thing that I don't have now that I was, well, probably not born with, but was in the process of making, was some wisdom teeth. I've had some wisdom teeth taken out. I did have one permanent tooth taken out, and my teeth are so crowded. I had one of them. It came out to the side. There wasn't enough room in my jaw for all the teeth I was growing. So when I was a kid, I had that taken out. And as an army, I had the wisdom teeth taken out. One of my wisdom teeth had 7 hooked roots on them, with hooks on them. Oh my gosh, that was traumatic when getting that thing out. In fact, it knocked me out. All righty, folks, I think he's got a prayer request. We need to pray for New Days, because she is sacrificing herself to look after a friend of hers who's elderly and having a lot of issues right now. She needs to get leg surgery, and we've not seen Granny for a while. Probably should pray for her and her granddaughter Kaylee. Of course, Randy Blythe, the Blue Bottle Bunny Farm, his wife Susan made me this Rocket Santa here with a Blue Bottle Bunny Farm. Sasquatch teeth, is that what I got? Ah, Sasquatch. Arr. Yeah, buddy. Need prayer. Thank you. Okay, Furious Ohio, we'll pray for you. I'm up on that investment. Well, very good, Trident. Very good. Thank you. Hey, the cool thing about what's cool about the goldbacks are they're denominated according to how many, it's troy ounces of actual gold they have, or a fraction of gold they have in them. And they're so they're printed from gold. They make a foil out of gold and make a foldable bill out of it, and they print on it, make them really pretty. And they got Utah versions in a few other states, guys. Sammy Turner, do you know where I could buy gold without getting licensed by the seller or licensed? I'm probably going to get set up to sell gold myself through here. I had a vendor contact me, wanted me to carry them. I sent them some stats and they hadn't got back to me. So I got to see how that's going to work. Try it. Thank you again. Try it third time tonight. Appreciate that. Not enough good folks. No, that's the truth. But that's what we got to have each other for. That's why we need to have each other as a support network. We got to have each other's backs. That's why you want to check out the Survival Tribe, see who's in your community. But always vet people before you get involved in it. You form a tribe with some other people, it's kind of like getting married. You need to really know them. And just because you know them online don't mean that you actually really know them. You know what I mean? Did I stop the share? Yeah, I stopped the share. Good fellow, I'm buying seeds now because, thank you, Trident. Appreciate that. Those seeds are crucial, guys. Yeah. Man, we got some good super chats tonight. I appreciate that, folks. That's what makes coming on here worthwhile, to be honest. The ad revenue on YouTube has dropped. So, and they run ads like crazy, but YouTube's profits are going down. They're losing money. It's going, yeah. So I'm selling 2 ounces tomorrow. Okay, Keith, very good. That's another thing. That's the whole part of what we want to do with this network of tribes is establish trade with each other. Now, I did one thing, but one of the reasons I'm a little bit later tonight is I went to a group meeting here in Huntsville. It's kind of a makers club, and the makers club, the location of the makers club is Monkey Ranch. Hey, Samuel, had to outdo Trident. Hey, Samuel, thank you. Well, now that's your second one tonight. Yeah, Trident's gonna have to do some catching up now. Trident had caught up to you, I believe, just about it. That really puts you over the top for now. You're the main donor tonight, and we appreciate that here at Green Greg's. Yeah, I'm not been, this past month I was way down in earnings because I've not done many videos. I think I only did 13 last month. I've been busy. I've been super busy, guys. It's just hard to get in. It takes a lot of time to put this stuff together. New Day has said, text me, are you going live? And she's starting to get worried I wasn't going to make it. There's been, look, every night, every day, whether I go live or not, I scan a zillion articles with the idea that I'm going to go live. No cowgirl in Arizona. Yeah, I wonder where she's at. Man, it won't hurt to pray for her. I need a place to live. I'm in Arizona. Hey, Witness for Justice. I'm at the top. My spot of the desert don't have anything on it but juniper bushes and just juniper bushes right now. There's a wash on the western side of it. Yeah. Way to go, super chat. Amen to that. So, Samuel, I really appreciate that. All right, so we're going to do the prayer session. I didn't see any other prayer requests. I have chosen not to have my woofer back. Can't deal with a tranny that doesn't have and 4 wheels attached. Oh, I got a joke for you guys. That reminds me, I got a joke. Oh gosh, guys, it's so bad at Budweiser. It is so bad now at Budweiser that even the Clydesdale are suing to get out of their contract. Yeah, the Clydesdales. They're suing to get out of their contract. Can you believe that? And one of their main complaints is they just can't talk their owners into any horse sense. What can you say, Yeah, Clydesdales, pretty horses. What can you say? They just can't talk any horse sense into the owners of that ESG company. Problem is, BlackRock has bought so much shares in so many of these companies. BlackRock is forcing this ESG out on tons and tons of companies. Colorado Jen thought that was funny. There you go, Keith. Got the horse. Yeah, even the Clydesdales were sued to get out of their contract. Lordy, guys. Lordy. Yeah, beautiful bill. Just your neighbor 2 states over. Okay, tried it. All right, we'll do a prayer session. I'm going to ask everybody where you're from. We got 98 still in the house here at pressing up toward 3 a.m. That's good. I'm witness for justice. Good to see you here. So let's do a real quick prayer. It says, go to Gold Prospecting Club in your area. Okay. Callie Prepper prayers. My mother. There you go. There we got a prayer place. So we'll pray for Callie. Callie Prepper's mom. All righty. We got Callie Prepper and the Pepper Prepper in here tonight. All right, let's do a quick little Eric Court. Halo. Oh, we got another super chat. Thank you, New Days, from one workaholic to another. Takes one to know one, right? Thank you, New Days. And we got to pray for New Days, by the way. I'm sorry I'm not here on sometimes. You're streaming when I'm about to go to bed. Guys, I had to get some coffee. I was running out of steam. I don't take my sleep lying down. I take it in a cup or a mug. This mug is huge. It's 4 cups, which makes it, what, a quart? Loudy. One workaholic to another. You guys are awesome tonight. Thank y'all. Y'all been great. Great night. Oh, that's $50. Woo! Wow. Salute. Both hands. All right, I haven't got the left hand trained like the right hand. Right hand's trained. I was an army. Left hand. Yeah, I can get there. Tried it. All right, Trident's kind of catch up again. Thank you, Trident. Really appreciate it, Greg. I have a check waiting. Yeah, Colorado Jan sends me checks in the mail. Appreciate it, Colorado Jan. She gives me super chats and checks through the mail. Appreciate that. Colorado Jan. Hello, America. Hey, guys, you know, all these people talk this country down. All these people talking this country. The United States this, America that. America ain't them saps up in Washington, D.C. You are America. Who is America? It's your mom, your aunt, your uncle, your brother, your sister, your kids, your grandkids, your neighbors, the guy next door, the guy over the river. It's all of us. It's the people. We are America. It's time this country woke up and knew that. And we need to get rid of a lot of these yokels running this country, trying to run this country. They're doing a terrible job. Rochelle Papa, who is the CEO of BlackRock? Oh, Fink, I believe is his name, right? Fink. Yeah, America first. There we go. Heck yeah, that's right. We're all Americans. What's that? Larry Fink, I think. I have to go check it out. Yeah. He's a good buddy of Klaus Schlauber. You know what I'm talking about. Like I said, well, oh yeah, well, I was telling you, I met this makers. What they meet at the Makers Club, but they're a prepper group, and they're trying to form their own networks like we are. They meet once a month. Man, it was great being there. It's a very family-like atmosphere. A lot of good people there. And on the 20th of May, I'm going to be talking to NARPNet group here in Huntsville at the Huntsville Library. They meet at 10 on the 20th. Larry Fink. Oh, I got it right. I thought that was it. Larry Fink. I like Lee's joke. Another Bush changed beer to trend. Oh, loudy. Translate, Flood. Loudy, guys. The pendulum is going to swing back and take out the foolish people. Let's hope so, Arnold. Let's hope so. That pendulum is way over to the left right now. We are Kansas. Oh, that's where you are, Kansas. I got you. All right, let's go into a quick prayer session. I'm going to ask everybody where you're from. We're going to call it a night. So, some folks can get in bed. I got some other stuff to do. That's one reason I need to call it, bring it in. Thank you, Greg. He's the one driving the bus into oblivion. He's one of them. Definitely that. Larry Fink. You know, rat fink. Lounge. Leisure suit Larry. All right, Drops. Drops is in the house. Okay, very good. Adios. Let's do our prayer session, guys. We'll do a quick one here tonight. Amen. Well, Makers Group's we're setting up a little aquaponics system. I only have to go out and do a little video on it. You want to see an aquaponics video? You ever see those ads? Some sap runs ads when you watch your aquaponics videos. He says, "Stop watching aquaponics videos." I hate to hear that guy. Just all right, there you go, Rochelle. Amen. All right, folks, tell me where you're from. Roll it through you. We got 96 in the room. Tell us where you're from, guys. Pop in. Where you from? Where you from? Howdy, new days. Prayer. There we go. Amen. Wife makes soap, and I may make what? Soap. Not from Oregon. Oh, says Rochelle. All right. We're in Oregon, east of Show Low. It's 6,800 feet. All right. You're up in the White Mountains. My place is about 5,000 foot up. You're a piece up higher. Oklahoma, I can bet that. Maryland, Australia. All right, friend Cheska. Bloomfield, Kentucky. Charles Stansbury. You know, that sounds like you're one of them financial advisors. Tried it. Got the Skull and Bones there. Utah, Tigers in Utah. Tucson, Arizona. Huntsville, Arkansas. Okay, there, Melanie. Huntsville, Arkansas. I'm close to Huntsville, Alabama. You ever been to Huntsville, Utah? That's a beautiful little town up in the mountains there. SD, California. Cali Prepper. Bradenton, Florida. Oh, L Electro Digger 81. I don't know how you say that. Maxine Wares, United Kingdom. Well, glad to have you here, United Kingdom. I got to go there one day. We got Massachusetts, Eric Court, Halo from Wisconsin. All right. Decatur, Illinois. Denny. Well, I'm the wrong one. What do you mean you're the wrong one? Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Wrong one what? Oh, wrong Huntsville? Well, it beats being in Huntsville, Texas, which is a prison town. Well, from Washington, and we bought a place in Arkansas with cash. Well, good for you, Drops. Good for you. That's going to be a great prepping location. Yeah, Washington State. Yeah, the politics there makes it rough. Peoria, Illinois, hometown. Okay. I Travel America showing you what's cool about America. Tonight at 7 p.m. I'll be from the bleachers in Wrigley Field. Okay, folks, check out Hello America. That's got to be a cool channel. Check out his channel, folks. Hello America. Thank you for visiting, Greg. Thank you for that, Arnold. Yeah, there's a worse Huntsville on the map. That's Huntsville, Texas. And whenever I go to Texas, people would ask where I was from, and I just usually would tell them Huntsville. But I learned real fast. It'd say Alabama real fast in Texas if you tell people from Huntsville. When you say Huntsville, they just start a recoil. Yeah. Alabama, Huntsville, Alabama. You got to say Alabama real fast, because they'll go. You get this horror recoil look on them. You know, Huntsville. Oh my God. I'd be working to lighten your load. All right, Melanie, that sounds cool. Jesse, sorry you missed the one over a couple weeks back. Okay. Jesse's in Arizona. All right, very good, very good. I'm another Arizona lady here, Cowboy, who's not here. Arizona Cowboy, haha. I love Wrigley Field. Go Cubs. There you go, Witness for Justice. There you go. All right, guys, gals and guys. There you go. There's the Hello America channel. Check it out, folks. Hello America. Good morning, America. How are you? Don't you know I'm your... How's that song go? Yeah, all right. Don't sing it, Greg. You can't get the words to it tonight. So I have some family in Bradenton. Their last name is Scotch, which is my maiden name. Scott, excuse me. Drops. I've been to Huntsville, Bama. Same reason as you. There you go. You're an engineer. You're an electrical engineer, I believe. Same as me. I know, right? Electrical engineer is a prepper. Very good. I'm from my mother. I hope we all are. If you're not from your mama, you got a problem. But they want to change that, you know. They want to change everything in this world. They want to turn the whole world upside down. Babies incubated now in machines. Yeah, they're working on that, guys. That's pretty cold, isn't that pretty darn cold? To have babies incubated in machines. Drops. You know the programs, yeah. Worked on a number of them myself. And even the ones I don't work on, I know of them. Few days. I always scratch what's he do with the money? What goes into the farm usually? Goes into the farm usually, most usually. So, but it may go into me moving here pretty soon. It's kind of getting out of, I need to get out of this debt. My God, seriously, guys, it's choking me. I got to start looking toward retirement one day. Getting there. I'm 63 and I don't have any retirement, guys, other than Social Security. I could actually survive on that in Arizona. If I can get rid of this debt, I could survive on it. But who knows how long we're going to have Social Security with the wheels falling off the train in the government. Like in the movie Gattaca. I haven't seen that one. Gattaca. Not seen. I'm behind on my movies, guys, especially if you love the Salt Life. I was hatched, says Jesse. My brothers accused me of that when I was a kid. No, the money's for singing lessons. Oh. Probably want me to play that big tube right there. That's going to take some work. They sent me this big tube there. What do you call it? Oboe. Yeah, I have not mastered that thing. I can blow a horn, but that thing, yeah, I have not mastered it. I have 3 retirement accounts I'm doing. Good for you. Good for you, Drops. I did not do it because I was so far in debt. I thought it made more sense paying on debt first, but I've not done too well at that yet. Hopefully we can turn that around. Because I was putting tons of money in this farm. I thought this farm was going to be my retirement. Maybe it will be. There's still a chance at it. But, you know, if I just had a little bit more time here to make it work, I know it'd work. But time may not be on my side. That's what I'm worried about too, Greg. The SS chips. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? They may not last. The good thing is, if I'm in Arizona and out of debt, I could live on a few $100s a month. I do believe. So if I can get a well in, that'd be better. Just grow a little bit more. There you go. A didgeridoo. That's what it's called. Didgeridoo. Please, if you will, look at OMG with what? Megan Kelly. Oh, okay, try it. Megan Kelly. She has some interesting content. All right, guys, I think we need to call it a night. It's 10 minutes to 3 a.m. Greg's going to sing Where am I going to retire? Where am I going to live when I retire? That's a darn good question. Actually, I want to go to Arizona eventually. At least get set up there. And then I may move on somewhere else. Might even see me up in Maine. I still like to build a trapper cabin up there. Yeah, I still have enough energy to build a trapper cabin. As my knees have been pretty bad lately, but they're getting better. Yeah, I got a bad knee. I had meniscus trimmed on, and unfortunately twisted my good knee a few weeks ago. But I'm on the mends. Keep on prepping. There you go, Keith. Keep on prepping. Good night, Greg. All right, guys, let's leave y'all with some good advice here. Take time to stop and smell the roses. There you go. I do stop and look at sunsets. Try to whenever I can. That's my recreation, to get out and look at the sunset. Yeah, roses, there you go. Got that right. Danny, good night to you. So guys, just always remember, we're living tough times. The world's full of hatred and negativity, demonic forces. But just like light sheds the dark, love sheds the hate. So go out and shine your love light into the world, because we need to dispel all this hatred. It's what is eating our society. It's what's destroying us. And the kids in the society today, they probably need it more than anybody. And the kids and the old folks. We're living in challenging times. The times may come when the fools fall off the government. We'll have to do like in the old days when we all took care of each other. We didn't allow the government to take care of people. We took care of each other. So we may get back to that. We may have multi-generational homes again. I don't expect the government to be able to sustain what it's been doing. Keep your faith, Greg. There you go, Arnold. Don't feel bad, sir. I'm still working on my debt too. There you go, Trident. Keith in Arizona, thank you there for that. All right, folks, we're going to call it a night. I really appreciate you all. Thank you, super chatters. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody, for coming here and watching, especially those that gave us a thumbs up. If you not gave us a thumbs up, please throw one in before you leave. Yeah. Thanks, Greg, for all you do. Good night. Artie, thank you. Thank you, mods. And all you super chats. It's been a great night for super chats. I really appreciate that. That gets my spirits up. That'll help out. Especially my work schedule's condensed. I'm not getting as many hours. So it's gonna make it real tight here, guys. Mercy and Grace, good night. Rochelle Papitas, yep, thank you. I got some debt service. I need the hours to do that. I got to find a way to get rid of a bunch of that. I got some ideas. I'm fine on third wife, and I've never been divorced. So bless your heart, Drops. You've had some big challenges in life. Good to see you being strong and making it. Love, trust, and respect God. All right, there you go. All right, folks. Thank you so much for watching. And with that, I'm going to say to one and all, good night